Welcome everybody, Farm Sim Snowy here. In this video we're going to look at a new mod map released for Farming Simulator 19. This is Faxinal Map by AdrianoDeAvila, Namog Mod and Lostgamer. I hope I said all those names right. It's only 91.12 megabytes to download, and it's got a short description there. It just says, welcome to the Faxinal Map. The map is based in the southern region of Paraná, so it's a Brazilian map. The map comes with 2 new cultures, comes with 3 points of sale and a lime station, and that's all the info we have. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where we start off in all 3 modes. I've skipped forward time a little bit because it starts here, I think it's just before 6 AM, but I must say the sunrise coming up over the top of our silo is quite impressive. So it is a Brazilian map. It is quite a nice map actually. It's got some nice features to it. I love the terrain and the landscape, the sweeping of the fields, as we'll see as we go round. It's got some really funky trees as well, like these ones. Can't remember seeing them on any other map. If I have come across them, I've missed them, but they're quite smart. Anyway, let's have a look at the map. This is the map. Zoom out. So as you can see, not that many fields, but there is enough. But you can see some of them are absolutely huge. So there you go. But I'm in new farmer mode. And in new farmer mode, we start off with this whole area, which is field 2 and the farm yard area, which comes as all one lump. And to buy that in the other 2 modes would be 768,000, just over. The field prices, as you can probably imagine, are going to be quite hefty. So field 4 is probably the smallest. That's only 95,000, 3 next to it. Takes in a bit of forestry up there, 577,000. 5 is a whopping 2.2. 8 2.7, 14 2.6, so you get the idea. 11 is 540,000. Some of these ones around here will take in quite a bit of forestry, so when you buy them you do gain a little bit of forestry like this, so you get all this little bit there and in there as well. That's 1.2. Field 10, and there's a little bit there for 197,000. There is actual forestry areas themselves though. Up here 638, I think. Where was the other bit? Just here. Takes in the sawmill as well, 646. And I think all the other little bits come with the fields like this. So as you can see, there's only 3 sale points plus the sawmill. We've got a shop down here with the lime station, as it says. Oddly enough, we've got, well, it's not really too much of an issue. We've got these 2 fields. We've got this one and this tiny little one over here, which have got crops grown them, but then they haven't got a number to them. But obviously you can buy them. So that one I showed you just a sec. And this one over here takes in a bit of forestry for 972. Some of the fields have got, again, forestry in. I think this one here is a bit hilly. We'll see that as we drive round. If I remember, I'll look over. But you've got the opportunity to, and here, to clear them and sort of make the field a little bit better. And there's nothing stopping you clearing all this forestry area and making another field, or making this one even bigger. So plenty of potential on this map as well. But anyway, on our farm we've got a farm silo just here, we've got a sheep pasture, and we've got a cow pasture. So we're all pretty much set up for a little bit. So let's go through the old slot counts before we get carried away. So like I said, I'm right at the end. Let me go to the front. I'm in new farmer mode. The slot count is actually the same across all 3 modes, and you start off with exactly the same equipment. The only difference being in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't start off owning any of the land. So that is the only difference, but you get all the same equipment. So it's same slot count across all 3 modes, and that is 437, which is pretty low. And if you wanted to sell everything off, you can get that down as low as 278, which I think gives you massive scope on this map to do whatever you want. There is no sleep trigger as well on this map, so you've got the option to place one yourself. There is a little farmhouse behind me, which I'll show you in a second. But anyway, we start off with the Stara ST Max 180, John Deere 8400R, Massey Ferguson 8737, the New Holland CR 1090 harvester, got the Joskin Transpace 8000 trailer, we've got the header 12.5 metre header for your harvester, we've got a 9 metre corn header, we've got the Horsch Cruiser cultivator, the Horsch Pronto seeder, we've got a crop sprayer, and then we've got the large standard in-game cow pasture, which holds 200, and the large sheep pasture, again standard in-game, for 250, that will hold. There's no modded in items on here, so it's all standard base game equipment. We come back out into this menu. Do start off with some crops in our silo in new farmer mode. There's your sell points as well, as you can see, plus the sawmill. If we scroll right to the end, we've got 2 custom crops. We've got carioca, I think that's how you say it, beans, carioca beans, and sorghum. But interestingly enough, there is nowhere to sell your beans. So that's probably going to need to be sorted out. What else is there to tell you? There is contracts available. Look at that fertilizing one on field 14, 67,000. Where is that? It's this one here. So going to earn quite a bit of money off of the contracts. So yeah, little house there. There's no sleep trigger. Do what you want. I thought that was going to be a water field point, especially with the sort of wetness look there, but it's not. I tested it with the Joskin Aquatrans trailer, but I like this. This is our cow pasture, so it kind of sweeps away, and that's down there. But we'll run round this way. So this is where most of your equipment is, in under this shed. There's no lights in here, but it is quite open and airy, like so. Again, I thought that was going to do something, but it didn't. We've got a little shed there. What I'm going to do is jump in the Massey Ferguson, and also, I don't know if you can hear, but you get some nice noises from the birds. Very tropical feel to it. So our harvester's there underneath that shed. The header's just there. I thought I'd go around in the tractor because it's spread out a little bit. Your silo's there, so you tip in just to our left, and if we follow this track round, so your silo will always be there. You can't sell that because it's not in our garage, but your pipe out is there. It is 1 million litre capacity, so as you can see, I had to focus on that. I thought it was 100,000 litre at first, but it's actually 1 million, so quite hefty. We come out this way, just to our right, that is like a main road that takes you down to the bottom half of the map, which we'll see a bit later on. But you can see the terrain, everything sweeping away, and slopey fields. I think you can have some fun harvesting some of your crops. So this is our sheep pasture to our right. It's a standard in-game one, so I'm not going to go through all the triggers where they are. It's pretty straightforward. We've got a little sort of pond there. If we stop just here and I put our help menu on, just in here, dugout, is a little bunker silo. So I thought that was quite smart as well, what they've done there. And as we sort of sweep round down here, but look, you can see, look at the view and the way it all sweeps down and then sweeps back up again, because that is 2 fields. We are looking across at fields 3 and 4 across there. Crazy. Anyway, in here again, standard in-game cow pasture, so I won't go through anything. But you can see your slurry and manure pits in the background. All the triggers, pretty self-explanatory. We'll head on back. We're going to go round this way. This is our field, field number 2. I'm going to drive into it because look at the way that falls away. And it's quite a big field, it's a good size, so you're going to have some fun again harvesting that. Look at the angle we are at. That is going to be fun. I should imagine if you're harvesting downhill, you're probably going to pick up, well, I don't think the game would allow you to go any faster than what, 6 miles an hour, isn't it? But anyway, I'm going to quickly show you up round here. So again, we're sweeping right up. I must admit as well, to jump out here, I do like this sort of texture. It almost looks like a carpet. Well, that was quite smart. Anyway, let's drive up here. I like all the electricity pylons in the background. Loads of trees scattered around the map. They're all different sort of types. You have got a few of the little nasty ones that take forever to chop down and chop the branches off. I thought I'd show you this area because it's just sort of like an open grass area with this track running up in the middle. So potential again to turn that into a big field, get rid of this track. That is another field over there you can see on the horizon. That is field 6. But all this area here which you can buy for just over $1 million, or you could use it, I mean it's not flat, you might have to do a bit of landscaping to put down some placeables, because again there is no BGA on this map. So if you're looking to do a bit of BGA work, you've either got to put one down or this map isn't going to be for you. Anyway, we'll head back out and go round, and just ahead of us in the distance over there we've got quite a big forestry area, which I did show you at the start. These funky trees here that I like as well, you can cut them down. I'm not sure how much money you'll make off of it, but you are looking at quite a nice straight trunk and quite a thick trunk. I won't drive all the way into this forestry area, but you've got around the outside some of the random nasty sort of looking trees, but as we go in you've got the more straighter, nicer pine trees. So we'll come back out of there. So if you buy that area, you're going to make a good bit of profit, I would have thought, from that. Heading up here, we've got our first sell point out of the 3. We've got people walking around on the map as well, which is nice to see. I know some of you like that. So just in under here we got our first sale point, so let's just show you what we did. We sort of done a little tour around the farm. We come up here, we did the cow pasture, we went all the way, well, sort of across our field actually, didn't we? I came up between 3 and 4 and we checked out this area. Back round, this is the huge forestry area, and back round, and we're now at Groans Sud-Ouest, which is down the bottom, which will take all your custom crops, all your base game crops, plus potatoes, and just sorghum, because there is no sale point for the beans. So that is that one. And we'll head on out. We can go this way. I quite like the road as well on this map. It's a very nice sort of almost black look, shine to it. I mean, you've got the red. What is wrong with me today? I've had a long day at work, guys, so apologies. You've got the yellow markings on the road instead of the usual white. Yeah, I've had a late day at work. I got home late again and I saw there was a map that had been released and I thought, not another one. That's gonna take a while, I bet, but it's actually pretty easy, this one. I didn't have to do loads of testing, I didn't have to do loads of research or anything like that. So this is that field I was on about that's not numbered, but you can buy it and there is things growing in there. If we head on down, we come to the second sell point, which I think is probably the most handiest sell. Oh no, we've got the fuel station first. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting carried away now. So we've got a fuel station first, which is literally just there. There's no workshop or anything in there, but very nicely done. A little sort of shop area, bone booths and everything. And we've got like a little community village to our right, which does look very nice with all the lights and the palm tree entrance. So it's like a little neighbourhood there. And now we head on down to that sell point. And I say it's probably one of the handiest because it does take quite a lot. So if we drive in here, there's a couple of random houses in here as well. So again, if you wanted to start somewhere like here, it's up to you. So just in under here. So we came from Groans Sud-Ouest, past this field, down to the fuel station, the little neighbourhood there, down, and we're now at Armaison-du-Vauveau, which is there. That will take all your base game crops, standard crops, plus potatoes, sugar beet, cotton, sugar cane, eggs, wool, milk, silage, grass, hay, straw, and sorghum. So see what I mean about being handy. Very useful one. So again, we're going to come out all the way across and we'll head over to that side of the map. We can go out this way. So this is your in and out point of the sale point. That track there leads to that field number 13. And then we get to see some of these bigger fields as we go past this way. And the field to our left was the one I was telling you about earlier, with the hilly grassy sections with trees growing in. So look at that. So if you wanted to get rid of them and the trees, you're definitely going to have to be doing a bit of landscaping, but it could be worth doing. if you wanted to make that field easier to harvest instead of going round big lumps of grass and trees. So to the left is that road that takes us all the way back up to our farm. As you can see, that sweeps on up as well. But we are going to carry on down this way. We've got this huge field to our right with these trees in the middle of it as well. So again, you can see what I mean. Get rid of all them, just join that all up. Makes it a little bit easier for you. Like so. That one's got a bit of carpet in it as well. Brought back memories of my carpet fitting days. Not that they were that nice, it was a bit hard going on your knees. But I did work with some nice people. Anyway, it's enough of my life. What is that? What was that in the road? Where's that come from? I swear that wasn't there earlier when I had a little wander around. Just to get my bearings of the map. Anyway, down into here. This is all the main wooded area, as you can see. Complete mixture of trees. This is our sawmill. So you've got your icon there to sell your wood. There's no markers here, you know, there's zone markers to show, but I presume if you pull up roughly where we are, you should be able to sell them from there. And then you got your wood chip sell point just in front, and that path leads up through into more of the forestry area of it. So you can see you got quite a few of the straight long pine trees again. And if you bought that, you haven't got far to go to sell it. So back out onto the main road. We'll do a bit of overtaking. That leads on up to some other fields, and I think that little random field as well, the other field that hasn't got a number. But I quite like this little bit up here. If we stop again, I like the way it just sort of, we've got that bit to our left and it sort of sweeps down into the shop. So I think the traffic does a loop. It comes up here, the road just seems to stop at this house. There's a random house at the end, or a couple of cars parked outside. I think the traffic, if we just, right, okay, if we just drive over their car, it's a car, yeah, so they do a loop round like that. So you might want to remember that if you're trying to come in from the other end. You might get a head on with a car. Another sale point, that's your third and final sale point. Let's quickly show you. We came out of AdrianoDeAvila all the way across. That's that tracklet that goes up to the farm, all the way across down into the sawmill, back out. That's that track I said leads up to these fields and that little random one. And we're now at Cargill, which is up the top, which does not all of your standard crops. It doesn't take wheat or barley, but it will do oats, canola, sunflower, soybeans, corn, sugarcane, eggs, and that is it. It doesn't even take sorghum. So that is all your sell points. So we'll head back up to where we were just a second, and we'll check out the shop, and that should be it. So straight across the road. I did notice this edge here, it looks a bit, that looks a bit unfinished. To me that would have looked nicer if they'd smoothed that out a little bit. Just personal opinion. But we've got a nice shop area, we've got some nice banners up there. I'll stop the tractor and turn off. A few bits of decoration. John Deere dealership by the look of it. So your your buy point is inside the shop, and then we've got a workshop trigger just in here with this, like so. And yeah, I think someone's pinched their ramp. Right. So we've got a random bush in the middle of the road and a floating car, but that's all I've seen so far. This is the lime station, your buy point for your lime, so just underneath that pipe there. And I think that is it, guys. That is all of that map. So like I say, not a hard one for me to do, which was quite nice after a long day at work. But I hope you have. Let me just check my notes. Yes, I've said everything. Hope you have all enjoyed this map tour. If you have, please give us a thumbs up, because it does help us out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, because I was looking at my stats on YouTube the other day, and it's showing that quite a few people are watching me that haven't subscribed. So please do. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.